Where's the EQ on the reverb? Delay time? Delay. Turn up the feedback. Turn up the feedback. Turn up the feedback. Wait. Pan the condenser to the left and the dynamic to the right. Lower the threshold. Raise the output. Wait. Set the frequency range. High pass. Today's guest is Zac S. and Zac C. from Yorba Acoustics. Yorba Acoustics is a company that manufactures high-performance audio solutions for live sound. Hello, Zac and Zac. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're
Super
welcome.
excited.
Glad to have you here. So, Yorba Acoustics is a fairly new company. Will you please give a brief history of how Yorba Acoustics got started?
Oh man, that's gonna be a little bit of a long story. Not too long, but let's see if I can
short and sweet though.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
So basically, it all starts with our founder, Ira. Ira Pizzandi. He's kind of been an audio fanatic for most of his life. He started building speakers when he was 19 years old. And I guess he really, really, really loved it because he obviously he went into university. He went into electrical engineering, got himself a degree, and started working on speaker products. To tell it straight from straight from his mouth, he basically felt like something was lacking in sound. He felt that it didn't sound natural enough. It didn't sound, it was lacking something. So he ended up creating this product, the G1. It takes, it's been years, almost possibly even decades that this product has been in the works. And, now it's actually starting to come to fruition.
Great, cool. And so the new product, this is a new type of PA system.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if you could just describe the new G1 system a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, so our G1 system, right, is a completely brand new technology, right? Because usually speakers nowadays, they're very directional, right? They only go one way. The problem with that is, it causes hearing, loss. Obviously, it's really painful sometimes. Also, it lacks dispersion. So basically, what happens is, you're only getting one part of the sound. So with our system, we have this thing called dispersion technology, which gives the audience 120 degrees of dispersion. So if you're at a live venue or concert, you always will be in the sweet spot. You don't have to move around. The sound will stay exactly the same.
Yeah, certainly. We feel right now that, I don't want to be too bold, but we kind of feel that we have the best off-axis sound right now.
Okay, so what's the name of the technology again?
It's known as the G1 technology.
G1 technology. Okay, and so how? Okay, now this is getting out of my realm, and this is really good. I'm really glad. So the new technology within the PA system, what is it about it that is patented?
It's the whole configuration. So basically we have two 6.5-inch drivers at a 30-degree angle with a compression driver in the middle, and with the compression driver we also have this thing called a diffuser, which helps diffuse the sound. So that's the patent design right there.
Okay, and then the specs, when I was reading online, it says that the G1 features wide concentric pattern radiation, or WCPR. What does that mean?
So basically that's like the coverage of the sound, really. That's exactly what it is, the coverage of the sound. So like I said, directional speakers, can only go one way, so they lack that kind of coverage. So with our technology, we have 120 degrees of dispersion, which covers 120 degrees, which gives you equal amounts of dispersion of the sound.
Okay, so basically, if I were standing, say, 50 feet back from the stage in the middle, and then I moved over to the right by a few feet or over to the left by a few feet, I would basically be hearing the exact same thing?
Exactly.
I see.
That's what the 120 degrees of dispersion with our technology, that's what we achieve with this.
Okay. Okay. And then there was also mention of sensitivity in the specs, and I wanted to ask you what does the sensitivity 96 dB mean?
Okay, yeah. So speaker sensitivity, right? Pretty much what that is 1 meter. Well, basically what it is actually. So when you go 1 meter away from our speaker, right, it gets 96 dB. So that's pretty much what it means, speaker sensitivity wise.
And then another question I had, and I might edit this to be closer to the beginning, but I wanted to ask, how did Ira get started with, like, what was his inspiration to create a better sound for guitar or a better live sound for voice? Like, what kind of was driving his inspiration to create these speakers?
I don't exactly know the exact answer, but to give you the view of myself as, as the marketing director of this thing, and after having many conversations and many a cup of tea with him, there's always been this like talk about innovation, the revolution. Leo Fender had this thing with his amp. Back in the '60s, he wanted to make the most perfect sounding amp, but he crunched up that volume and it distorted, and it was his beautiful flaw. And it's like we talk about these things, these beautiful flaws, in the terms of like revolution, discontinuous innovation. And I'm guessing from what I've talked with him is that there hasn't really been discontinuous innovation in the speaker market for many a year. It's been a long time since people have decided to try other things. And we've talked to people, we've talked to a lot of people, and it's always been like, no, 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 this can't be done. No, this is flawed. Return this. This can't be possible. And then they hear it. And when they hear it, either one of two things happens. They either, kind of act indifferent to it, or they actually say, wow, this is eye-opening. How could we not have realized that what is going on in this product was a possibility? Because we're not exactly using fancy technology here. This isn't state of the art components, but it is a new configuration that makes the sound natural. It makes it sound like what the artist wants you to hear, not what the PA system is limited to.
All right, everyone. So now we have 5 listening examples for you. We have cinematic, jazz, vocals, techno, and acoustic. And what I'll be doing is I'll be playing the other speaker first and then the Yorba Acoustic speaker immediately after. So enjoy the listening and please let us know what you think. All right, here we go.
that you want us to come alive. My whole world shaking, these feelings aren't faking, it's true. It's you. And when you come running, it's like kiss and love and honey, it's smooth like you. Smooth like you. What we got is magical. Kind of love no one can disguise. It's a new kind of wonderful. And it's mine. My whole world shaking, these feelings I'm faking, it's true. Oh, my whole world. And when you come running, it's like kiss and love and honey, it's smooth like you. Na 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 na. Nothing's gonna stop me and you. Na 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 na.
But is it revolutionary? I do think so. Is it discontinuous? I do think so as well. So, I mean, if you were to ask me what made him come into this, is just the need for innovation, the need for revolution, the need to break things up, the need to change people's opinions and to increase their knowledge to audio, because audio is a tricky thing. It's incredibly difficult and cryptic. And it's not something that you look up on a paper and you can learn everything overnight. It's something that takes years, and even with decades of experience, you can still learn things. So, just my 2 cents on that.
Okay. That's really cool. Thank you for that. And so when you were talking about getting that wider dynamic range, when you're talking about that, do you mean in regards to loudness and quietness? Is that because of the internal compression? How is the G1 system providing that wider dynamic range?
Well, that's due to our technology with the configuration of the 6.5 drivers and a 30-degree angle with our compression driver in the middle. This configuration alone, plus with our crossover, like makes us have this great dynamic range, and this is due just to the configuration alone in our crossover.
Okay, so it's just basically the way that it's configured that provides that wider dynamic range.
Exactly. Yes. Definitely, the configuration alone is the reason why we have this wide dynamic range.
Okay. And then do you guys have any competitors for this type of a setup that you have?
The technology, the whole configuration of this thing is patented. So true competitors, true competition, I mean, we're a discontinuous product, so not really. But if you're talking about, our main competition in the real market, that's definitely going to be PA speaker system manufacturers of all kinds, anywhere from Yamaha to, Mackie, etc.
Cool, cool. And then with the G1 PA system, will I need to have a mixing board?
Yes, these G1 speakers right now are passive, so you're gonna need a mixer and a power amp.
Okay. Okay. So, I'll describe like a real live situation. My band, Mahi Cats, is a duo, and it's just my husband and I. And usually, when we do a live show, if we don't have a drummer, Craig will play the bass, and I'll play guitar and I'll sing. And then for the drums, we have an Alesis SR16 drum machine, and it has all of our custom song patterns in there. And basically, what we do is we connect the Alesis drum machine to a couple of powered JBL monitors, and we put one monitor on each side of the stage, so we get a pretty good stereo drum sound. And I was just wondering, how would I be able to switch out those powered monitors with the Yorba Acoustics G1 speakers? From what I understand, what I would need is to have a power amp, and then also a an external board. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Usually, venues of all kinds have this already. Definitely mixers and power amps too. So it's an easy. Well, once these venues have this kind of stuff, it's an easy switch. Just plug and play, and they sound amazing.
Okay. And then for some type of a power amp, because right now I don't have one, and I like to be self-contained just in case the venue where I'm playing at a bar or wherever, maybe they don't have that. So I like to be self-contained just to make sure that when I have a gig that I'm going to be able to be heard.
Of course.
So I have my board. And what type of a power amp would you recommend that would work well with the G1?
For the G1s, I think about like a 400 watt power amp would be nice. And Class D amplification.
Okay. How big of a venue can I use the G1s at?
Oh, these G1s right now you can use for small and medium-sized venues. So coffee shops, house of worship, clubs, all that right there. You can definitely bring these bad boys and it'll blow out the venue.
Okay. So like basically there's a bar that I used to play at in Santa Barbara, and it's a pretty good sized bar. I'd say maybe it's like 80 feet long and something like that, like 80 by 80 or something. And so it would be good in a venue like that.
Oh yeah, especially. Those are the one venues we actually be catered to. Those are the ones that are going to sound the best. Stuff like that.
Okay. And how do the speakers handle effects? Because I use a lot of vocal effects. I use a lot of reverb and delay.
Oh yeah, these speakers are all full range, so it covers the whole spectrum of all of that. So whatever you can throw with it effects wise, it can take it.
Nice. Okay, cool. Okay. And right now I know that you guys are still a fairly young company and in the manufacturing stage right now. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
That is correct.
Cool. So if I wanted to get a couple of G1s right now, how would I go about ordering them?
So right now we're doing custom direct orders, and you can go on our website, yorbaacoustics.com. and you can actually go to our contact us page. Our phone number's there, our email's there. You can message us for any information. We do take custom orders. We are currently, like I said, we're in the sort of manufacturing stage where we're trying to get out into the market right now, as soon as possible, obviously. But right now we are willing to make custom made orders to select clients.
Wow.
So like I said, all the information's there. Just reach us out. We're also on social media, so
Yeah, I noticed that you guys were pretty active with your Facebook and Twitter, which is nice because sometimes it's hard to get a hold of people at newer companies. So that's really, really cool that you guys are so active.
Of course, yeah. Trying to get the product out to you guys. You guys are the most important things to us.
Thank you. And then is Yorba Acoustics planning on creating any more products in the near future?
Yeah. We've got a couple of ideas, like we're kind of looking around to see what's possible with this technology, because this technology, like I said, it's so new that we have, we discover new uses for it every day pretty much. It's a learning experience. It's been a crazy learning experience for us. But I can definitely say that we're looking at, making this thing bigger, making a bigger version of it. Maybe a powered version, definitely. Well, we're definitely exploring the possibilities. Again, it all comes down to research and development, what we can do, what what we can focus on right now. But definitely we're looking at powered. We're looking at possibly even monitors, and like bigger versions, maybe for bigger venues, maybe for, different needs, probably maybe even acoustic guitar amps. That could be a thing. We don't know. Sky's the limit right now.
Yeah, I would like to buy some powered speakers so that way I could bypass having the power amp and all that. Let's see. I had another question and now it has escaped me. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is what it was. Okay. So basically, if I have a power amp and I hook up the speakers, the G1s, to this power amp, usually on the back of an amp, it'll have switches for whether or not you wanted to have 4 ohms or 8 ohms or something like that. What setting should I put on that amplifier to match?
Of course, yeah. These G1s are actually 8 ohms.
They're 8 ohms.
And they're 8 ohms, and they take about 150 watts of power, and they go up to 120 dB.
That's loud.
Yeah, these are pretty loud speakers. The frequency range with these things right now is 75 hertz to about 5.5K. So that's really special when it comes to this design, because this is kind of a smaller design. You've seen these things, they're pretty small. To have that kind of dynamic range, it's kind of unheard of with this kind of technology.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I like the idea that there's that internal. Now, it's the compression. I'm still kind of fuzzy on that. Now, you were saying that there's like how does that? You said there's a compressor in the middle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, a compression driver, right?
Compression driver. Yeah, what is that?
Oh, yeah, of course. So if the audience doesn't know what a compression driver is, it's actually a driver, right? But it shoots out only high frequencies. So it's a very small little speaker, I guess you can say. It's kind of really small. And it shoots out only high frequencies.
Okay, and that would be up in the 5K range or
That's
something?
between, so it goes about 2 to like 5, 6, it goes pretty well, for with ours.
Okay. So it has, because I'm a female singer, so it's important to have nice clarity at higher frequencies that aren't going to hurt the audience's ears.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, like here at the Yorba Acoustics Center for creative listening, we like to keep it fresh. We play a lot of Adele. We play a lot of a lot of female singers. I'm definitely one for the sappy love songs.
Guilty pleasures right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's definitely. So yeah, you're definitely covered. As a matter of fact, I think personally that female vocalists are actually like one of the biggest audiences we cater to. It just sounds amazing on our speakers.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. And then is there anything else that you would like to add for the listeners?
Yeah. If you're ever interested, we're doing on our social media, we do a lot of we're going to start doing a lot of educational tips and tricks for sound engineers and consumers, people that have home recording solutions, all that sort of stuff. So you can find us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Just look up Yorba Acoustics. We've got a pretty defined, media brand over there. And yeah, that's about it. Check us out. Check out our website, yorbaacoustics.com. Don't be afraid to reach out to us, ask us questions. We're more than happy. We're always here. We like to pride ourselves on not only, our amazing technology, but also our customer service.
Oh yeah, we love questions. Bring on the questions, everybody.
Yep, all of them.
All those questions. Bring them.
Oh, great. I'm sure I will have more questions too. And if you guys ever have any new products come out or whatever, just let me know. I'd love to have you back on the show again.
Oh, you'll be the first one to know.
Thank you.